morning, everyone. Wow, this is a talkative group. I love it. It's awesome. All right, welcome, everybody. My name is Kristen Tomasic. I am the president of Synergis Technologies, and it is my great honor and privilege to welcome everyone to Adept Experience here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. This is a week that we look forward to all year long, and I could tell by many of the conversations I had with many of you last evening that you do as well. This is a week where we have a chance to reconnect with all of you. We have a chance to even reconnect with some of our own employees who work remotely and come in town for the week, and it's kind of like a homecoming in a lot of ways. For many of us. So it's something that we look forward to with great anticipation, and that we are, I forgot my clicker, and that we're really excited about. So there we go. All right, got to get myself in order here. All right, so as I was saying, it's like a reunion in a lot of ways for all of us. And it's like the homecoming, getting to reconnect with all of you. Many of you we haven't seen in a while. We talk to you regularly on the phone. But this is really the chance to connect, interact, and get to see you. And it's really like family coming home. And that's what it's all about. So as I kick off this morning, and we were thinking about preparing for Adept Experience and reflecting on the weeks leading up, this really started to feel like a family reunion to us. And so, like they do at many reunions, we thought we'd share some interesting statistics about all of our attendees here today. So we have 88 attendees across North America from both US and Canada. And we have 68 companies represented today at Adept Experience. So you can tell by the room, and if you've been here a number of years, we have more than doubled the number of companies who have joined us for Adept Experience. So we're really thrilled and pleased to have everybody here with us today. Our attendees this week hail from all four corners of the United States and across Canada. So you could see the most of our customers, we have 15, actually come here from Pennsylvania, obviously, where we're headquartered here in Quakertown. But there's a number of folks who are coming from multiple states, 30 states in fact, so we're pretty well represented across the US and Canada. And so like they do at reunions, we thought it would be also fun to acknowledge those who've traveled the farthest. So the person who's actually traveled the farthest to be here is someone who hails from Seattle, Washington, and that would be Greg Schuler from Dow. So congratulations. Thank you for coming out, making the big trip. And we also wanted to acknowledge the person who pretty much could roll out of bed and show up this morning, and that is Jared Bills, who actually resides, or who works right across the bridge at Curtis Wright here in Bethlehem. So he had the great advantage of being the closest. So is Jared here? I don't know Jared, so hopefully he made it out of bed in time and he's here today. Okay, all right. Yeah, right, no excuse, exactly. All right. So on the next 3 slides, we're going to be sharing with you the names of all of the companies who are in attendance today and this week. And so attending for the very first time, we actually have 28 companies who are joining us for the first time. And one of the things we hear about Adept Experience from all of our customers, and the reason why they come, is they really look forward to the opportunity to connect with one another, to connect with their peers, to get an opportunity to learn more about other organizations and how others are using Synergis Adept. And so this week really affords that opportunity. So while these folks on this slide happen to be our first year attendees, so if your company's on this slide, just please raise your hands if you wouldn't mind. Welcome, we're really excited that you're here. So even though these folks are just here for the very first Adept Experience, it doesn't mean that they're new to Adept. And so we have great subject matter expertise amongst all of our customers. So if there's a company that you see on any of these slides that you'd like us to introduce you to, because perhaps they're in the same industry, or perhaps you feel you could learn something, or you'd like to connect with them, please let us know, and we'd be happy to make those introductions to you so you can get to know one another a little bit better. And for all you first-timers, if there's anything we can do during this week to help make sure that this event meets and exceeds your expectations, please be sure to see any of the Synergis folks, and we'll be happy to help you out. And thanks again for coming. This slide shows those companies that have attended 2 years in a row, or 2 years total. So we had 24 companies that have attended. And again, one of the values that we're seeing or hearing from our clients is that they appreciate the opportunity not only to network with their peer groups, but also to have access to adept subject matter experts. And in the room, obviously, we have many of our developers, we have our technical teams, we have, of course, our sales folks. So this is your opportunity to ask as many questions as you possibly can, and to provide input on product development and future functionality. So we really look forward to the interactive sessions that'll be coming up so that we can do both that, answer questions and get input. So we look forward to it, and thanks to this group for being here. And finally, we have 6 companies who have attended all 3 years since we started Adept Experience. And we know that hearing from one another is a really great advantage of Adept Experience. And many of the folks on this slide have presented in the past and will be presenting today. And it's a lot to ask of these folks to give up time to prepare, to do these presentations, or to participate on our customer panels. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate your willingness to do that, and more importantly, how much your peers and other Adept Experience attendees appreciate hearing from you. So this is really one of the highlights of our week, and we thank you for that. Additionally, we want to extend a big thank you to all of you. This past spring, an independent market analyst firm called Frost Sullivan conducted an extensive study of the global engineering information management market, and they honored Synergis Software with the prestigious Customer Service Leadership Award. This was a pretty big deal for us. Each year, Frost & Sullivan presents this award to the company that delivers unmatched customer experience through quality of products, service, and support. So if it weren't for the exceptional input from our customers and the feedback that you've provided to this organization, this award would not have been possible. So thank you very much for the role that you played in helping Synergists to achieve this distinguished award. And thank you. And thank you for investing in Synergis Adept. You know, we truly appreciate the years of partnership and the opportunity to grow along with all of your businesses. So, speaking of growth, Synergis is growing. In the past year, Synergis is proud to have welcomed 33 new customers to the Synergis family. Some of them are here with us this week, and we're very, very excited to have them join our organization. In the last year, we've grown our license sales by 35%, and we've almost doubled the amount of services delivered. So we're absolutely seeing great acceptance in the market and tremendous growth, which has been really exciting for all of us. On August 1st, you're all very familiar and aware that we released Adept 2018, which included the introduction of Adept Creator, our top-tier web client. And we expect that this introduction will also help us to continue to grow as non-CAD users now have access to web client tools that enable check-in, check-out. And you'll hear a lot more about that in the next 2 days. And this year, internally at Synergis, we've provided a number of our folks opportunities to grow professionally. Many of you interact almost on a weekly basis, perhaps, with members of our help desk team. And you've probably heard or seen that we have new names inside a help desk. And that's really because the folks that had been working in help desk have sought out other opportunities for other career advancements and other ways to contribute inside of Synergis. So all of our former help desk folks are still with us. They're just in different roles and contributing in different ways. But it's one of those things that we're really excited about as we grow. It's really giving opportunities for people to grow professionally. To support our growth, we've made significant investments in our business, and specifically in Synergis Software. To support our services and the amount of services growth we've seen inside of our services organization, which is led by Mark Mahovich, our Vice President for Professional Services. We've actually increased the number of project managers, and then we've also invested in application consultants and software implementation specialists. So these are the folks who help to do the implementations, installations, do training, and help and support in the field. And so this is an organization that we're really excited about being able to grow. Additionally, we've made investments in our software development and release organization led by Todd Cummings, who's our Vice President for Software Development. We've invested in a development manager. We recently announced the appointment of Paul Legowski, who's been one of our longtime developers, to the role of development manager. So congratulations to Paul. And we've also added quality assurance analysts. And again, these investments are really intended to increase our velocity and improve on our software release cycles. So all things that we're investing in to ensure that we can meet market demands. A few years ago, we created a position that Scott Lamont actually is responsible in an initiative that Scott's responsible to drive, and that is for strategic alliances and partnerships. And so this year, we've made additional investments within that initiative. And that's really intended to grow the number of resellers that we have across the world, actually. So we have customers who have international locations, and now we're finding resellers in other parts of the country and in other parts of the world to be able to support our product on a global basis. Additionally, we have technology partnerships where our partners have acquired pieces of our code and/or they've acquired our solution and have made it part of their solution suite. So this is other ways that we're seeing growth, and this team is responsible to help support those initiatives and to work with our partners in that way. We've also made investments in business development as well as in our sales, direct sales, so that we can continue to provide exceptional support and take care of all of our existing customers. And then finally, we made a small change in our leadership back in January, and we created the position of president. One of our founders and our CEO and president, David Sharp, some of you do know David, he decided in Q4 of last year that he was going to split his office and that he would retain the title of CEO and chairman of our board, and that he would split off the responsibilities of president, which include the day-to-day operations of Synergis, as well as ensuring that we're delivering on our strategic initiatives and those that we've developed from a senior leadership perspective. So in the end of December, it was announced at a company holiday party that I was appointed and unanimously supported by my peers and our board to become Synergis' new president. So with that comes a tremendous amount of responsibility, I can say, but I am blessed and honored and humbled by this opportunity. And I can also say that I would not have signed up for this had it not been for the amazing leadership team at Synergis. My peers, Todd, Mark Mahovich, and with David as an ongoing mentor. It's just, I couldn't ask for a better organization, a better team with whom to work. So I'm absolutely honored to do this, so thank you. So since some of you I haven't had the opportunity to meet, I was asked to give a short bio. So on a personal note, I live locally in Harleysville. It's about 30 minutes from our headquarters in Quakertown with my husband, Greg. We have a daughter, Alyssa, who's recently graduated from St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia. We are happy to share that she is gainfully employed, and as my husband likes to say, she is off the Tomasic family payroll, so we are very happy that she's independent. So from a professional perspective, I graduated from Millersville University in Lancaster, which is right in the heart of Amish country here in Pennsylvania. And I started my career at Xerox Corporation. And there I spent 11 years in various sales, marketing, services, as well as partner channel leadership roles. From there, I joined Synergists in 2001. And when I started with Synergists, my responsibility was Director of Sales for our, what was at the time, our Autodesk business unit, which we later rebranded to the Synergis Engineering Design Solutions Division. So for 12 years, I spent then leading that group as a vice president. And in 2015, I was asked to assume responsibilities for all of Synergis sales. And that's about the time that I really started to get involved with all the folks within Synergis Software, because we were really operating as two separate divisions. And so that's when I also had the opportunity to begin meeting many of you who are here today. And so then, of course, finally, in January, I moved into the position as president. So I can honestly say, when I started with Synergis 17 years ago, that I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But I can also say that I never once regretted my decision. From day one, I felt as if I were part of the Synergis family. And it's the Synergis culture and it's the experience that has kept me motivated, excited, and energized each and every day. When I have the opportunity to connect with customers and amazing people like all of you, like I did last night, I am constantly reminded that the Synergis experience extends beyond the four walls of our offices. It's within our people, and it's within the people who choose to do business with us. And so it really becomes a community of like-minded and caring people. And it's a community that I'm very, very proud to be a part of. So thank you. So before I turn things over to my friend and colleague, Scott Lamont, we wanted to share something special with you today. None of our employees have seen this yet. So this is the Grand Unveiling. And it's a video. Yeah, I know. They're all like, uh-oh. It is a video. So it was a video that was created, and it's really intended to give those who don't know Synergis a glimpse inside of our culture, what it's like to be part of Synergis, what it's like to work with Synergis. And I expect you're going to see some familiar faces, because some of you are in the video from Adept Experience last year. So there's some cameos, so be on the lookout. But one of the faces that you may not know is that of our beloved CEO, David Sharp. So David is not able to be here this week, but through this video, I believe you're going to have an opportunity to get to know him and further appreciate the Synergis that he's built, led, and loved over the last 33 years. So you can't miss him. He's the one in the lime green shirt. And with that, we're going to roll the video. Thank you very much.
People don't experience businesses per se. People interact with people in other businesses. So when customers are interacting with our people, that's what forms their impression of our company and our commitment to bring better things into their lives. I mean, the whole experience of our customers is based on who we are. And that speaks louder than just what we say. It speaks directly to what we do and how we act.
Right, just the way I like it.
Okay, am I looking in the wrong spot?
Which lens? That one? Okay.
What's your favorite core value, though? Do you have a favorite core one that sticks out in your mind?
Be an agent of change and innovation.
My favorite values: have fun.
Celebrate your mistakes.
Well, I have several, but the one that sticks out in my mind the most is the work-life balance.
I really resonate with serving beyond expectations.
I think the favorite value I have personally is
being an architect for innovation and change.
My favorite value, I believe, is number 10, and that is celebrate your mistakes. That is truly a great value in my opinion.
Each and every one of our 13 core values comes from the hearts of our individual stakeholders. They are literally extensions of what is most dear and precious to them as individuals.
Through enough experience here, you come to sort of understand the Synergist values through experience more than, having them written on a conference room wall or reading them on a little piece of paper.
We brought them up ourselves, we ranked them and we picked them. So they're definitely a reflection of what we already were as people, and it was really good to see so many of them come out as common goals.
Because they're really the guideposts to us as we navigate how we work together, how we support one another, and the type of work environment that we want to have here at Synergis.
It's when a company's people embraces and lives by those core values, when they in their heart of hearts are guided throughout all of their interactions. It's our core values that state how we are going to interact with other people, not just customers, but ourselves, our families, and our communities.
Even though it's been over 20 years here at Synergis, for me, it feels fresh and new every day. There's nothing routine about it.
I mean, for me personally, I feel like the culture here encourages you to do whatever it is that you like to do.
You show up on site here to Synergis and you're immediately welcome with open arms, whether you're a customer or a client or a prospect or an employee or even an upper management. Everyone welcomes you here with open arms.
We're a lot like a family, and everyone here works together, and we work as one big family. And I think if I needed anything inside or outside of the office, I could always go to anyone here and ask for that.
And that extends not just inside of Synergis, but the way we work with our customers as well. And we've even had our customers refer to us as part of their family, which is really, really rewarding.
There's something about Synergis that asks us to be a loving person, to be a giving person.
It's about even giving back to your fellow employees, helping them with things, getting outside of your normal day-to-day box and doing things just to help the greater good. I mean, to me, that's all part of giving back.
Synergis, the company, the collective, what we stand for, supports each of us in a way that we could have never imagined. It just happens,
I think we all believe that we, are all part of Synergis, that whatever we do is good for our company.
To me, Synergis offers an opportunity to come together as a group of committed people who share the same values, create great things, and bring them to our customers to free them to make their lives easier and better.
Wow. Hello, everyone. I'm Scott Lamont, Vice President of Marketing and Partnerships with Synergis. It's great to be here finally and to be here with all of you. So we talk a little bit about family. Thank you, Kristen, for such a great kickoff to our event. An extension of our family, the guys from Sky9 Productions, are really responsible for the video and putting that whole thing together. So thank you, guys. And at the risk of, maybe my job, I'll share a little story about Mr. Sharp, David. David's the one in the lime green shirt. He's the one who kicked off that presentation. Probably the first 30 seconds of talking was all David. Yesterday I was working from home, out of my home office, and David shows up. Turns out he was kind of on the run, had a lot going on that day. He was chatting with my girlfriend, and she said, well, stop by the house. You're running late. There's some lasagna in the fridge. There's a piece of pumpkin pie. Just go in and help yourself to, help you get through your day a little bit easier. So he stops by. The pumpkin pie, the lasagna's already gone. I ate it for lunch. Had no idea that he was coming for that. So I said, well, while you're here, check out this video. It's really just, literally, these guys just finished it. I think yesterday we got the final deliverable. So check out this video. And so I'm rolling it, right? And it's David talking for that first intro. And about 30 seconds, he's totally captivated. And he says, with all seriousness, who's the voice? Oh my God. So anyway, this is the insanity we have with our dear beloved Mr. David Sharp, and I hope that perhaps next year at Adept Experience you'll have the chance to meet him. Maybe we'll get a little petition going to make sure we get him here. So I think I know many of you. So a little bit of an introduction of myself. I know many of you, having been here at Synergis over the past 27 years, having been in this role at Adept Experience, of just helping to facilitate the event along. But I'll give you a quick background for those of you who don't know me. I started out in technical support with Synergis. It was really my second job right out of college. And then I quickly moved into working with our product that we now know as Adept, that's been through some evolutions. Back then it was called Network File Manager. Do we have anybody here from the Network File Manager NFM days? We do. Okay, so that goes way back. And I was doing some support, working with resellers. Then I moved into sales for Adept, what is now Adept, and the Autodesk products. And then me and a couple of others started really, I'd say, harassing David to get even more serious about our own software. We had a lot of focus on the Autodesk software. And so in 2000, we spun off Synergis Software. And I guess the rest is history. We grew from about 6 people in that division to what we are today, and I don't know if that's probably 60 or so people in the Synergis Software division. My roles have been, I led sales for about 15 years, led marketing. I'm still leading the marketing team, and now, as Kristen mentioned, partnerships. In my free time, which is limited, I teach yoga, I practice yoga, I'm invested in learning about yoga, so that's something that I love to do. I'll do some quick polls as we move. If we offer yoga next year, how many of you are up for a class, maybe a gentle yoga class? All right, we got some takers. Great. What's that? 5 a.m. class? And one other thing I'll just say on a personal note, I was driving home last night, and I got to probably about 90 minutes of dinner and just connecting with people here. And every one of those connections was amazing. People that I've known and seen here at past events, people that I knew from being at their facility, and then new faces as well. And I just was really impacted by how special this event is. For me, and I realized this last night, this is my favorite time of year, not only because I love the fall, but it's my favorite time of year as a Synergis employee. My work life is this experience, getting to connect with all of you, the time we're gonna have tonight connecting, the opportunity to share, it's really special. I hope you guys feel that as well. It feels like, I went home last night feeling like my family is growing, and we hope that for you as well. So, a couple of logistics before we kick off with our keynote presentation. So, Adept Experience has gone mobile. Does everybody have the app downloaded onto your phone? That's pretty important, I would say. Yeah, we got a good amount, but if you don't, there should be instructions, I believe. Are the instructions, Martha, on the tables? Yep. On the tables, you probably got them in your email. If not, hit a Synergis employee up. We'll help to make sure you can get access to that app. It's got the most up-to-date schedule. You'll have opportunities to connect with your peers through the app. And perhaps most important is at the end of each session, we'd like to get your feedback on that session. So on the app, you can do a real quick, easy survey to give us some feedback. Let's see, what else? You'll have the opportunity to connect with the help desk team and our application consultants team, the guys that are out on the road doing implementations of Adept all over the world. So those guys are going to be right out in the Lafayette room at these times, which will be in your app that should be in the schedule, and we'll probably have that posted as well. But right across the hallway here in the Lafayette room, you'll be able to connect with those teams, ask them questions, catch up, whatever you'd like. So we've got some games, and basically I just want to go over this because in each session there's an opportunity to earn raffle tickets which can help you win a free pass to Adept Experience 2019. There's also an opportunity to win some Visa gift cards along the way, and so here's the scoop with that. Everyone should have one raffle ticket already from just registering, so you're on your way, and you can earn more raffle tickets by asking a question during the sessions, checking in on the mobile app, that's really important, uploading a photo from the conference to the mobile app, and winning at a game we're going to do later on Thursday called Kahoot. So all those raffle tickets, you'll get one, we'll get one, they'll go into a big bucket, we'll raffle one off. There'll be a winner of a free pass to Adept Experience 2019. We'll announce the location of that. It will be different. We'll announce that on Thursday, tomorrow in the afternoon. And then during each session, if you ask a question, we'll do a little mini raffle for those people with questions, and we'll give away a $20 Visa gift card. So we really want this to be interactive. Breaks and networking, restrooms are to the left for men, to the right for women, and breakfast and lunch are in the mural room. Perhaps you've already been there for your breakfast. And then we're doing we're meeting up at 5:30 right after the event today. We'll walk right up the road to the Brew Works, which should be a great night out. We were there last year and we had just a blast. So